Things that I miss about growing up with games in the 90s is demo discs. Do any of you remember how good demo discs were? Because whether it was PC or, to be fair, even console magazines used to have demo discs at one point. There's something cool about being able to trial the forthcoming games. And what's crazy is that in this online world we are, it would actually be even easier for game studios to put so many more demos online than they do, but they don't. There's very few that actually give us demos and trials and all that kind of stuff, or if they do, it's behind paywalls. But the amount of games that used to create demos to bang on the front of a magazine, and you would get to try so many games out to see if you actually wanted to buy it when the market was slightly less saturated. And so some of those demo discs would be your game library. Like, you would play them again and again and again and again because that was all you had. Maybe you just saved up and bought loads of magazines and would just play the demos endlessly until you could afford the main game. Those are things that I really miss and I get nostalgic about. And I don't know if any of you guys do or anyone knows what I'm talking about, but demo discs were amazing. They were everything, and I do miss them. I know times have changed, but demo disc guys were fantastic. And if you remember, Zone of the Enders came out, and it had a demo. It had a demo of Metal Gear Solid 2, and everyone was waiting for Metal Gear Solid 2. So Zone of the Enders had a disc in it, and it was like the whole opening tankard section, the oil rig thing of Metal Gear Solid 2. And so everyone bought Zone of Enders. Although it was a good game, quite enjoyed it. Everyone bought Zone of Enders for Metal Gear Solid 2's demo. And I remember my friends and I would play Metal Gear Solid 2 demo disc like ad nauseum for hours on end, seeing how many times, like what you could find. And that demo was so huge, that whole first section, realizing what you could do with lockers, that you could go into some of the food storage rooms in the kitchen and just destroy every bottle of ketchup or everything on the shelf and see how many watermelons you could blow up, seeing all the different ways you could stealthily get around this whole first section. And we must have put hundreds of hours into that demo disc alone, just because we wanted more Metal Gear Solid, and the disc was everywhere. And it was something we would all sit down and play for like whole weekends, just experimenting with what you could do in that. And I miss that. I miss that. I miss that waiting. Not the waiting. It's not nice to wait for games, but having something to wait with, having the demo that we could like play with and get excited with and palpable for. Where's that gone? Where have demo discs gone? I mean, I know the discs have gone, but where have demos gone? They are not as freely available as they used to be. So many games don't have demos now because they're afraid, more than anything, that we might not like it and that we won't pre-order and we won't buy. And the market is so saturated that they're just hoping we'll buy on the whiff of a trailer, on the whiff of hope and excitement and hype and all of this. They're scared. They're scared to put out the demo disc because they know also that so many games now come out unfinished with so many more bugs. But hey, we remember how it used to be. We remember having demo discs and the joy that they brought. At least I do. What was your favorite demo disc? Did you have one? Did you play them ad nauseum? Did you play them on repeat? Because I know I did, guys. And that Metal Gear Solid 2 demo disc, that was probably peak. That was probably the best of them all. The best of them all.